It comes from the dining room, from customers who are hungry, impatient, entitled, and sometimes completely unaware of where they are. Most of the time, Gordon Ramsay absorbs it. He apologizes, fixes the issue, and moves on. But every once in a while, a guest crosses a line. And when that happens, the kitchen stops being a restaurant and becomes a reality check. Let's start with how it can go right, because it doesn't always go wrong. Early on, there's a moment that shows exactly how to approach Ramsay the right way. A woman calmly walks up to the pass with her plate.
Quick question, the chicken was delivered on its own?
Yeah, it needs garnish. You're absolutely right. My apologies, give me 2 minutes.
She explains, briefly and clearly, what isn't working for her. No shouting, no posturing, no attempt to dominate the kitchen. She says her piece, hands the plate back, and immediately leaves the area. The entire exchange takes seconds. Ramsay acknowledges it, the kitchen adjusts, and service continues. It's professional, it's efficient, and it shows that Ramsay isn't hostile to criticism, he's hostile to disruption. But as Hell's Kitchen history shows, that's not how most confrontations play out. One of the most infamous moments starts with a guest who simply won't let go.
Has absolutely zero flavor. It's like eating a piece of paper.
She calls Ramsay over to complain about a carpaccio lacking flavor. He listens, he responds. That should be the end of it. Moments later, she calls him again, this time louder, more impatient, and then she whistles. That single gesture changes the entire atmosphere.
Chef!
Right, don't whistle at me, I'm not your fucking dog, yeah? You look more like a dog than I do.
What follows shocks everyone watching. Ramsay makes it clear, instantly, that he is not a pet. The exchange escalates from a complaint into a personal shutdown. The point is unmistakable. Respect is non-negotiable, no matter who's paying for dinner. Another situation escalates not because of rudeness, but because of time. A guest complains that their food has taken nearly 3 hours.
Yeah, it's been a tough night.
2 hours and 45 minutes?
Yes. Anything else? So, why don't you
On paper, that complaint is valid, but what turns it explosive is how far the guest pushes it. The argument drags on, the explanation is rejected, the conversation becomes circular. Eventually, Ramsay stops trying to fix the situation, and when that happens, the response is final. It's one of those moments where viewers realize something important. Ramsay will apologize, but he will not beg. In another service, a man complains that his food is taking too long. Ramsay initially handles it the way he usually does, acknowledging the delay, explaining the situation, and trying to defuse it. But the guest keeps going. He shifts from complaint to insult, implying that the kitchen is staffed by amateurs. The response is immediate and sharp. What makes this moment stick isn't the insult itself, it's the way Ramsay physically mirrors the guest's posturing after.
So difficult to serve some people their food.
Are you that arrogant? You haven't got a clue what's going on behind me?
It seems like you have a lot of amateur sous chefs.
Right. Finally, your head's coming outside your arsehole. Now sit down.
Exposing how performative the tough guy act really is. It's a public dismantling. Sometimes the disrespect comes in quieter forms. A woman repeatedly interrupts Ramsay during service, demanding his attention while tickets pile up. Instead of escalating immediately,
We're getting a little cranky at that point.
I'll go with you. Speak to the chef.
They said they want to go talk to the chef. I said, go knock yourself out.
Ramsay shuts it down with blunt dismissal. He makes it clear that the kitchen is not a discussion forum. Seconds later, he reinforces that message to his chefs, instructing them to ignore the distraction completely. The moment isn't just about the customer, it's about protecting the kitchen. Ramsay draws a hard boundary. No one gets to interfere with his chefs while they're fighting the clock. One of the most graphic confrontations starts deceptively small. A male guest eats more than half of his dish before complaining that there wasn't enough pumpkin on the plate.
There's no pumpkin. I don't want it. You don't want it, but you finished it almost.
That alone raises eyebrows. Later, unsatisfied, he approaches Ramsay directly at the pass to repeat the complaint. Ramsay tries to remove him from the area, calmly at first, but the guest refuses to back away. The situation escalates rapidly.
Can we get security and get Knob back to the seat, please?
The response that follows is not about customer service anymore. It's about ejecting someone who refuses to understand where they are. The exchange becomes one of the most notorious examples of Ramsay crossing from chef to enforcer. In another service, an entire family complains that their food is terrible. The message reaches Ramsay through the waiter, and he approaches the table politely, specifically addressing an older woman who appears to be leading the complaint. At first, Ramsay attempts to de-escalate, but the tone shifts. When the woman becomes dismissive and attempts to silence him mid-response,
your rear. And
Don't watch your mouth.
originally you talking. You're just walking around looking for.
Ramsey stops engaging. He physically steps her aside and holds her there while service continues. Then, as new guests arrive and witness the aftermath, Ramsey addresses them instead, openly acknowledging the disruption and moving on.
So sorry about the old bag. Ladies, welcome. Good evening.
Contrast is striking. The kitchen keeps moving. The problem is left behind. Another moment turns surreal when a guest receives a steak cooked rarer than requested. He approaches the pass with exaggerated confidence, attempting to dominate the interaction instead of backing down.
Who is this man throwing food on our plate? What's the matter? Don't come in here acting like jumped up like some little gym bunny. Now do me a favor. That's his job. You fuck off.
Ramsey dismantles the performance entirely. He reframes the complaint as ignorance rather than authority, and then mocks the guest's posture and bravado in front of everyone watching. The power dynamic flips instantly. What was meant to be intimidation becomes humiliation. In a different service, a woman is told by a waiter that her food will be slightly delayed. She immediately walks to the kitchen. Ramsey is visibly under pressure, but still tries to manage the situation professionally, asking which table she's from, attempting to prioritize.
What table's the lady from, please, so we can find out where her food is, please?
23, chef.
23, blue.
She continues complaining. At that point, Ramsey turns to the waiter and instructs him to escort her back to her table, using an animal comparison that instantly goes viral among fans.
Oh, yes?
Yes, sir.
Take the draft back to the table, please. Service, please. Let's go.
It's not elegant, but it is effective. Not every confrontation ends in shouting. Sometimes it ends in chaos. During one of the most extreme incidents ever shown, a woman's food is delayed and she storms to the pass. Ramsey tells her he needs 30 seconds to finish a table and then he'll address her issue. She refuses to wait. He asks again for time.
I'll be 30 seconds, right?
Instead of responding verbally, she snaps. She grabs a finished plate and throws it. Then she flips an entire tray of plates into the kitchen. The kitchen freezes. Ramsey immediately calls for security. This isn't a confrontation anymore. It's a safety issue. And that moment becomes the ultimate line in the sand. Once food becomes a weapon, the night is over. Before closing, there's one more unforgettable exchange, this time involving a famous face.
All day long I've been thinking egg and chips, that's what I really fancy. And when I go home at night, if I want egg and chips, I'll have egg and chips.
Comedian Vic Reeves complains about the suggested menu, insisting on fried eggs instead. The request is passed to Ramsey through a waiter, and it immediately triggers frustration.
Fuck off. I'm not here sweating my fucking bollocks off to cook some dickhead a fried egg. Order off the menu and you fucking get in there and you tell them that.
Ramsey explodes, then demands the guest be brought to him directly. When Ramsey explains the situation face to face, any normal diner would understand and move on, but Vic doesn't. He continues insisting. Eventually, Ramsey cools off and attempts to reset the situation through the waiter, offering an apology. Vic accepts it and immediately repeats the same demand. That's when Ramsey snaps again. The threat that follows is graphic, exaggerated, and unmistakably Ramsey. It's one of the rare moments where even fans laugh in disbelief. What all these moments have in common isn't anger, it's boundaries. Ramsey doesn't explode because someone dislikes the food. He explodes when someone disrespects the kitchen, the staff, or the process. Hell's Kitchen isn't just a restaurant, it's a pressure cooker. And when guests forget that, Ramsey reminds them. So which moment shocked you the most? The whistling customer, the endless complainer, the plate thrower, or the guest who pushed one time too many? Let us know, because in Hell's Kitchen, the customer is not always right.